Hey guys, it's Kristin, and this week's theme is tips for your position. So I'm going to be covering the draw aspect of a midfielder's game because I feel like it's probably the most important part of a game, and whoever wins the draw is going to win the game most likely. So I felt like this is something that everybody can improve on, and I do the draw, and I always need to get better at it. Everyone needs to get better at it. Lindsay and Kathleen are going to be covering high and low attack, and if you guys really want a video for defense, because none of us play defense, but I could do one since I am mini, you guys can tell me down below. And also, I had to refilm the intro because the first one did not turn out at all, so I had to refilm it. And I had a really cool hairstyle you'll see in the video, and it was like a Dutch braid kind of thing. And I was thinking it'd be really cool to do like a lax hairstyle video. So if you would like to see that, comment below and comment any other requests that you have, and tell me if this video helped you at all. So without further ado, let's get on to the tips. As you guys probably know, the draw is probably the most important part of the game. If you get possession and your team constantly wins the 50-50 chance of the draw, then you're most likely going to win the game, because the more that you have the ball, the less the other team doesn't, and the more opportunities you have to score, and the more tired the other team gets on defense. So draws are a very important part of any midfielder's game. Even if you're in the circle or on the circle, you can be a leader in draw controls whether you're in or on it. Placement, quickness, speed, and strength, all a part of the draw game. And I've developed some drills that I do myself, and I thought I could teach them or show them to you guys to help your draw game. Fortunately, I don't have a fence, so I can't do the drill that I showed in my wall ball routine, because I was at Shannon's. But if you want to see another drill you could do for people who take the draws, I'll probably link it down below, my wall ball routine. I show you how if you have a fence, you can practice placing. Oops, that was a fail. How you can practice placing the ball wherever you would like it to go. So I usually do my draws right-handed, and I like to choke up like this. I like choking up like that and then flicking it. And if you have quick enough hands, which is a really big, important part of being a good drawer, quick hands, so right when the whistle blows, you can put it right. So another type of draw that I do a lot is lefty. So I'll turn my body here, and it's usually when I go against someone who I know is stronger than me, because then if it goes in front of me, I can easily reach out and grab it. So once again, I choke up, and I put my hand, I usually put my hand that isn't grabbing more of the head of the stick right here. So as I was saying, I like my hand to be here, and I usually have my feet, like, you can't really see. I like having my feet, I like having this foot kind of twisted back, so my right leg's facing forward and my left leg's back, and this just helps me get the motion to pull it back to me. And I do the same thing with my right hand. When I do it with my right, I like doing that sitting position. So those are the two draws I usually take. And now on to the drills. So if you have, most people probably have a street. So I like personally just bouncing my ball on the road, obviously higher, and then I just try to catch it. And this can work for the person in the middle of the draw circle or at the end, because it just can bounce into your stick like a ground ball or a pop ball. And doing this just helps you get the motion, and especially for self-drawers, you don't know exactly where it's going to go or how it's going to bounce, so it helps you get used to looking up and going straight to the ball. So I like to do it many times. So just bounce it really high. And the most important part is to make sure you're always jumping for the ball. Some people prefer to do it one-handed. I usually prefer two-handed unless it's really high, and then I'll go one-handed. The most important part is to make sure you're bouncing it in many different places, so you can bounce it more in front of you, more behind, and this will just warm you up for wherever the ball goes. Don't practice ground balls as much on the road because it will hurt your stick. But for the people who aren't in the center of the draw, you can also just practice little pops and running through it, because I know a lot of times it'll bounce off someone's stick and you just have to be there for that rebound. So you can do something like that. Another drill that you can do if you take the draw is just throwing it up in the air and catching it. I like doing it in the road because I feel like it helps you get used to all angles. There are also workouts you can do to improve your draw game, I guess I'll call it. This one is just to improve your quickness on getting off of the draw circle. So this is more for the people on the outside. Now this isn't really good, but I don't really have anywhere else to do this. But you basically kind of just put your hands, it's really good to do it on a wall, so I would recommend pretend this is just a wall because it's a lacrosse wall. And you're gonna have someone say go, and then you're gonna like do this every time they say go. And you can say like every time you say go, do 3. And that helps with your like explosiveness and getting off the draw, because it's all about whoever can get off the draw circle first. So it's like go, go, go. And doing that a lot is just gonna help your explosiveness, and you're gonna be faster than your competition, and that's gonna help you get the draw. Any kind of strength workouts, like push-ups especially, are just gonna help you get stronger and be able to push that ball wherever you want it to go. You can also just spread out really far from your lacrosse ball and chuck it, and just practice running. And if you throw it really hard, it'll go pretty high. And that's gonna help you be able to reach for those balls that are in the air when you're on the draw circle. And it's gonna help you get off the line first. And you have to remember to keep running to it. So the key to this is to make sure you throw it high. As long as you throw high and you keep running to it, you can't just stand there and wait and have it wait. You can't just stand there and wait for it to come to you. Because in a game, it's not gonna happen. The other dog's gonna get before you. You can also throw some low ones to practice some low shots at you. And you can also, like I did in my wall ball routine, kind of go really lightly and just practice running to it and scooping it up. All of these are just gonna help you get off the line quick and beat your competition to the ball. So I hope this video helped you get some ideas on what you should do to practice, and request other things you would like me to go over and other drills you would like to see for positions. Bye.